Hey everyone, what's up? This is Richard and Sam with Backcountry Live, and today we're talking a lot more about the 2020 KTM Freeride E-XC. So we wanted to do this video to go through some of the different aspects of the bike and the things that we've learned so far, but we definitely plan on doing a lot more in-depth reviews and take it out to the desert and put some hard time on it as well. Everyone, this is Sam and Richard with Backcountry Live, and we're just going over the 2020 KTM E-XC Freeride. And so we just got it, like we mentioned, and we're going to start off with going over some of the quick facts that we didn't really know that we've learned since purchasing this bike. So the first thing is, out of the box, it comes completely charged. And to charge it, it takes 110 minutes, so just shy of 2 hours, to charge it 100%. However, to charge it to 80%, it only takes 75 minutes. Out the door, we paid $11,499 for this bike, which, is expensive for a bike that's, somewhat of a prototype or, kind of a science experiment to a certain degree. But we thought it was super interesting and wanted to give it a try. Now, the good thing is, the maintenance on this thing should be pretty minimal. So you can buy extra batteries. So if you want to have a spare battery on hand, we're not exactly sure how much they cost, but I think it might be around $3,000 for an extra battery. If someone knows the exact number, let us know. We aren't exactly sure on that one. Another good point to note is KTM estimates the battery to last an hour and a half on a full charge. So that's charged at 100%. Once again, we haven't verified that. But we plan on doing that, and we'll put that in a video as well. One thing that we found interesting when we first rode it was the top speed on this thing is 50 miles per hour.
You want to do that? You do goes tops out at 50.
So they top it out at 50 miles per hour. It's really easy to control the power settings on an electric bike, and so they gave us 3 different settings. So as you can see over here, okay, so here are the 3 power settings. So you have, right now it's on number 3, so that's the most power. Number 2 is medium, and number 1 is the lowest power. And to change the power settings, you just click this button and hold it, and it switches it from 1, 2, or 3 that way. So really cool to have those different settings, depending on who's riding the bike. Makes it very useful.
And so here underneath the seat, you can see that there's a diagram of this little module here. So you have the different economy mode. So number 1 is the economy mode, number 2 is the standard, number 3 is the advanced, and then here on the outer side, the U is actually how much battery life you have left. So all the way to the top, you have 100 to 70%. In the middle here, you have 70 to 50%. Right here is 50 to 30%. And then once you see down at the bottom here, if that's yellow, you've got 30 to 20% battery life left. Once this turns to red, you got 20 to 10, and then if it's blinking red, you're down to 10% or less. So it does let you know where the battery's out or at and how close you're to being stranded. To get access to the battery, it's actually pretty easy. There's a little switch here, a lever that you open up, you swing it forward, and you can see the battery here. This is where you would connect the charger to, and come to find out, it uses a 220 volts to be able to charge it. So it won't use the standard stuff. You have to have the 220.
Yeah, so you can't just plug it into your
wall.
You have to have the larger plug-in that goes for dryers or other large plugs.
And the reason for that is 220 charges a lot faster because there's more power. This battery is actually removable, so you can take the battery out. From what I can see, it only has 4 bolts here, or maybe that's, I don't know. We have never removed it, but you can remove the battery. We've heard an additional battery pack is around $3,000. We're not sure. If someone knows, let us know in the comments. But so you can swap the battery, as you can see with the handle, and we have yet to fully charge it because we haven't completely ran the battery out yet. The KTM Freeride comes with a key. So the first step would be actually turn the key on, and as you can see, your headlight comes on. And then up here you have a kill switch. As you can see, it's off. So you turn that on. And then it goes like this, but you have, so it kind of lets you know that the bike is powered, but it actually won't move, as you can see yet. You still actually have like a electric start type thing where you click it, beeps again, and tells you what power mode you're on. And then obviously the bike will go forward. And the other thing too, you notice, if you're Richard being on this side, is there is no foot brake for your rear brake. All your brakes are gonna be like on a mountain bike, they're up here. So normally where you would have a clutch on this side, this is now your rear brake. Some guys are used to, dirt biking with the left-hand rear brake up on the handlebars. This will be something a little bit different. So brakes are up here, no brakes down there. And then if we want to come over here as well, as you can see, you have a high and low beam switch here. There is a switch for a horn and a dummy switch here, which means this bike can be set up to be street legal. Now, we've heard that they're street legal in Europe, but we would love to get a street legal kit to see if we can make this street legal. The other thing this has is it has, like the normal XCWs in the KTM line, has a speedometer and also a hour and mileage odometer as well. So really cool that you can kind of clock how fast you're going. I think our top speed was 50, and then also how many hours or miles. And you can scroll through the menu through the plus and the minus as well. And the other thing, it comes with the standard KTM flag guards, which is pretty cool. I'm not 100% sure these brakes are formula, is what they're saying. I'm not 100% sure they're not the standard brakes that come with the other lineup, or KTM's lineup. The other thing is, you can see here is has the WP Explorer fork. So I've been told this is not quite the same size. It's a shortened version of the Explorer 48 that are on the standard XCWs. So I'm guessing this is an open cartridge fork. And for the tires, it comes with Maxxis tires. Now these are considered trials tires. Here in the rear, you have a Maxxis trials tire as well. It's a gummy tire. We're excited to try this out. I've never ran a trials tire on a bike. I've ran, the hybrid gummy tires before, so it'll be fun to see how well it grips. Quality sprocket in the back. Comes with a kickstand so that you can put the kickstand down, don't lean it against a tree. The other thing that's interesting about an electric bike is this electric bike actually is liquid cooled, as you can see here. It has a radiator, has the hoses that come down here into the motor, so it does cool the bike down. And the other thing that's really cool about this is it's really no pipe, there's no linkage, so it has the PDS system that you've seen on other XCW bikes of KTM's lineup. So this has a plate here that's part of the frame as your skid plate or glide plate. So for getting over obstacles, it's actually pretty good comparative to, having a big two-stroke pipe hanging out. Now it's gonna have a shorter wheelbase than a standard enduro bike. So it'll be interesting to see how it performs, in the gnarly terrain or going over logs or obstacles as well. So one thing to note is that when it's really cold outside, the battery has a built-in system to where it will throttle back the power, give you 80 and then like half power, or 80% power, then 50% power, depending on how cold it is. And that way, so it won't drain the battery as fast, and so that you can continue to have power, because we all know that with battery packs, when it's cold outside, if you ever have a GoPro and you're out filming, you know the pain of that. It drains the battery at a faster rate than it does when it's warmer. So keep that in mind as well. And turning the bike off, hit the kill switch, turn the lights off, and that's it. So if you guys have any questions or comments below, let us know. Give us some feedback. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscriber button. And thanks for watching. Woo!